Good morning, class. Today we are starting a brand new unit from our close-up Form 3 textbook, Unit 3, The Wonders of Nature. Before we dive into the text, let's take a moment to appreciate the incredible world we live in. Now, before we start our lesson, I want to ask a question. Can you guys think of any places or things that you consider to be wonders of nature? Think about a place that took your breath away or a natural phenomenon that seems almost magical. Is it a mountain, a specific animal, or maybe something hidden deep in the sea? In this slide, we can see three famous examples of these wonders. The first one, we have the vast Grand Canyon, carved over millions of years. Then there's the unique Elephant Rock, which looks exactly like its namesake. And finally, look at the Mud Maid, a beautiful living sculpture that shows how nature and art can blend together. Keep these wonders in mind as we move forward to explore the incredible cities hidden beneath our seas.
Okay, students, now let's take a look at this picture from your close-up textbook, page 32. So, the picture shows a diver uses cyanide, which is a type of highly poisonous chemical, in order to collect fishes from a coral reef in the Philippines. This is because traders can receive a very high price for reef fish in aquarium markets. So, when you look at this picture, how do you feel about this behavior? Do you feel angry? Do you feel like he's not supposed to do this? And what do you think is the effect of this action? Is it going to be harmful to the fishes? What do you think? Now, students, in this part of the lessons, you are required to work individually or in pair in order to complete this activity. So, I'm pretty sure you guys have your own preference when it comes to reading material. I would like to know, what do you usually read in your free times? And look at the ideas listed below. Which ones do you read the most? Now, have you guys completed the first part of the activity? If you do, I believe that you guys have decided on your own chosen material. Now, for this part of the lessons, you are required to think what kind of information you read in your chosen material. For instance, if you choose magazines, does it provide you with facts or does it entertain you?
Now, in this part, you are going to guess the meaning. Now, pay attention closely and find the words that are highlighted in red. For example, coral polyps, limestone, and cement. And what you're going to do is to guess the meaning without referring to the dictionary. Now, you may be wondering, how can we find the definition or even guess the definition of the word? What you're going to do is to look for clues. For example, we can find the definition of coral polyps. It is in the sentence where it's mentioned, coral polyps are truly the animals that help make the world. There, you know it is an animal, but what is the function of coral polyps? It mentioned in the next sentence, coral polyps have been building underwater cities. That's how you guess the definition of a word. Now it is your turn to find out the meaning of the words that's highlighted in red, such as limestone, cement, equator, mollusk, and suns. Now that you find the definition that you've guessed for the highlighted words, it is now your turn to compare your answers with the real definition of the words itself.
Now, let's go on with the next activity, which is identifying text type and also purpose. First, read the text quickly. Now think Where could you read this type of text and what type of information does it have in it? Now, good job. Now, where could you read this type of text? You can read it in a science magazine or textbook, or you can find it on an educational website, for example, like astronomy or space science sites. Other than that, you can also find it in a popular science article or encyclopedia entry. Now, what type of information does the text have? It have informational or factual information about astronomical phenomena. It also have explanations of how eclipse happens and includes scientific facts about celestial bodies such as Sun, Earth, Moon, and Venus. Now, lastly, there's also a small amount of personal opinion, which is the writer's preference for solar and lunar eclipse. Now, look into your textbook and try to read the text quickly. Where do you think you can read this type of text and what type of information does it have in the text? Now, based on your understanding, you could read this type of text in books, magazines, websites, and also blogs. Now, what type of information does the text have? It has facts about the variety of life in the sea and also educational, which is about the threats of what the underwater life is going through.